Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jakara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And today is day 12 of our 30-day meditation challenge. So hold on to your horses. We still have more days to go. And I'm so grateful that I get to share meditation with y'all. And as I was kind of shuffling the cards today, just to kind of get them ready for the readings later, there was one card that came out and I was just asking spirit. I said, okay, is this message for me? And I got a yes. But then I asked, should I share this message for the collective today? And I got a yes. So I want to open the video today with this card, which is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. And this card represents everything that has to do with being assertive, being direct, sometimes being a little impatient, maybe maybe intellectual, daring, focus, ambitious. And the affirmation of this card is, I act with speed and precision. And today is Tuesday. So happy Tuesday, everyone. Today is the day of Mars. And Mars is the planet of taking action. And hence the reason why I'm wearing red today, because it's all about action, all about moving forward and, taking steps forward in our lives. And so this card, I feel, is the perfect affirmation for today. So if there's anything you can take away from today, is definitely the affirmation of acting with speed and precision today. So taking action, aligned action, right? And so if this is your first time here, welcome to the fam. I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel, as well as like and share this video if you feel it's helpful for you. And I also want to invite you to go over to my Instagram, check it out, go over there, follow me there. I'll post stuff there sometimes, and also here on I'm starting to post directly here as well, like just regular posts, not necessarily videos. So feel free to subscribe, and so that you can receive those posts as well, and also announcements and things of that nature. The next thing I wanted to mention as well is that as a spiritual healing facilitator, I work in the Akashic Records doing clearings for people using spiritual response therapy and the Beloved Method, which is a method that I channeled, and I use a pendulum and charts, and I support people with clearing programs and entities, clearing their homes. I can even clear your pets. I do a lot of different types of clearings, but I mainly focus in relationships, and also just in general, like purpose situations, or any general issues with entities and things of that nature. So if you would like to work with me, you can go to thebloominglotushealing.com, and book a session there if you feel you need support, energetic support. We tap into the Akashic Records, connecting with your higher self, and just really find out programs or any karmic entanglements that could be potentially in influencing your situation. If you ever want to receive a collective clearing and for this specific method, or both of these methods, you can go over to my sister channel, the Akashic Records channel. You can type the at symbol and then the Akashic Records channel, and it'll be easier for you to find as a brand new channel. So it's still kind of connecting to the algorithm. So feel free to go over there and receive healing. And also we have meditation music there as well, which is really great. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the meditation. I feel like we are definitely ready. And as always, I always share. I've started to share from the Eckhart Tolle book, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. And I'm going to open this before we start our meditation, actually, so that we can get an additional message. I really love the nuggets of wisdom this book brings to us. So let's go ahead and ask Spirit at this moment, as we open this sacred container. We ask for those who are for the highest good and the highest good of all, harm to none. Please come forward, connecting to the ancestors of the land. Thank you for being here, for supporting us, connecting to our well ancestors, our spirit guides and spirit team, as well as archangels and angels, angels of light. Thank you for being here, supporting us, surrounding us, as well as guardian angels. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Calling in our higher selves, and for all of that is shared today to be received with an open heart, connecting to our hearts, connecting to our bodies, connecting to our sense of being here present in this very moment, in this gift that it is life to be here on this planet. Thank you, Spirit. So give us a message here. Okay, so this is back to finding who you truly are, that chapter, and this is page 192. And this one says knowing yourself and knowing about yourself. So the two different things, right? Knowing yourself and knowing about yourself. You may not want to know yourself because you are afraid of what you might find out. Many people have secret fear that they are bad. But nothing you can find out about yourself is you. Nothing you know about you is you. While some people do not want to know who they are because of fear, others have an insatiable curiosity about themselves and want to find out more and more. You may be so fascinated with yourself that you spend years in psychoanalysis, delve into every aspect of your childhood, uncover secret fears and desires, and find layers upon layers of complexity in the makeup of your personality and character. After 10 years, the therapist may get tired of you and your story and tell you that your analysis is now complete. Perhaps he sends you away with 5,000-page dossier. This is all about you. This is who you are. As you carry the heavy file home, the initial satisfaction of at last knowing yourself gives way quickly to a feeling of incompleteness and a lurking suspicion that there must be more to who you are than this. And indeed, there is more, not perhaps in a quantitative terms of more facts, but in a qualitative dimension of depth. There is nothing wrong with psychoanalysis or finding about your past as long as you don't confuse knowing about yourself with knowing yourself. The 5,000-page dossier is about yourself, the content of your mind, which is conditioned by the past. Whatever you learn through psychoanalysis or self observation is about you. It is not you, it is the content, not essence. Going beyond ego is stepping out of content. Knowing yourself is being yourself, and being yourself is ceasing to identify with content. Most people define themselves through the content of their lives. Whatever you perceive, experience, do, think, or feel is content. Content is what absorbs most people's attention entirely, and it is what they identify with. When you think or say my life, you're not referring to the life that you are, but the life that you have or seem to have. You are referring to the content, your age, health, relationships, finances, work, and living situation, as well as your mental emotional state. The inner and outer circumstances of your life, your past, and your future all belong to the realm of content, as do events. That is to say, anything that happens, what is there? That is to say, anything that happens. What is there other than content? That which enables the content to be the inner space of consciousness. And this is kind of interesting because there really what we are, it's just pure presence, right? Pure consciousness. And it's kind of hard to even recognize that in ourselves. And I know I have a hard time with that. And I connect with all of these contents, right? That of who I am, where I'm coming from, look, all of these contents, right? I identify with, and I think that's part of the human experience. That's part of our of our expression, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's part of the experience of being here on this earth. Yet when we're going through this journey of finding ourselves through meditation, hence the reason why I'm sharing meditation here, is where we find who we are beyond this all of these things that we are telling ourselves. In meditation, we're able to just really be in the pure consciousness of who we are without necessarily putting into words. And sometimes it's like even words are too much to even describe what it is. It's more of an experience. Is that experience of being and being in that embodiment. And even me talking about it is hard. But I could say that I have gotten glimpses of that through meditation, and it's really fascinating to me because I tend to forget this part of me very often, and I am actively meditating. So I can imagine someone who's not meditating, there's definitely no awareness of that. And so that's another reason why meditation is really great, because it kind of brings you back to that center. It brings you back to that sense of just being in your being, right? So let's go ahead and get started with our meditation. We will get comfortable on our seats today. We will do, again, 5 minutes of silence like we did last time. 5 minutes in silence. So, like I mentioned before, you want to make sure you practice the anapana, which is connecting to your breath, the area of your nostrils, the area right in between your lip and your nostrils, and just connecting to your breath there. If you're having a hard time connecting to the sensation of your breath, you can breathe a little harder, right? Just to make sure that you activate that sensation there. Because sometimes we kind of, we kind of get desensitized. But the more you do it, the more sensitized you become, and the more sharp, the more sharp becomes your awareness of your body. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to invite you to get yourself comfortable on your seat. Make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the floor. I want to invite you to take this moment to focus your awareness inward by closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And we take this moment just notice the sensation of our breath. Just notice the expansion and contraction of your body. And just give yourself permission to just be present, to bring that awareness with that expansion and contraction, and feeling yourself more present. Allow yourself to relax your body, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, just softening your body, allowing yourself to become more and more soft, more and more present. And just give yourself permission to take your awareness down towards the bottom of your feet. As we're going to ground with Mother Earth, we're going to ground together, connecting with this divine essence of Mother Earth through our feet. And just bring that awareness to both of your feet and try to visualize in your mind's eye your breath becoming a white and silver light that travels throughout your body, cleanses your system, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, cleanses, and all of it falls down towards the bottom of your feet, giving it back to Mother Earth so she may transmute this for us. And now just give yourself permission to see this white and silver light travel throughout your body and arrive at the bottom of your feet, activating your earth star chakra, and allow that root system to grow deep into the ground. And as you grow your root system with every breath you take, you allow yourself to grow deep into the ground. Relaxing your body a little bit more. You're feeling so relaxed. You're feeling this gentle essence of being present, and just allow yourself to receive the essence of Mother Earth. And with every inhale, you notice this beautiful emerald green light traveling upward towards your feet through your root system, allowing the nourishment, protection, grounding of Mother Earth travel throughout your body, feeling safe, feeling abundant, feeling nourished. Continue to receive this beautiful emerald green light with every breath you take, allowing it to travel throughout your body and expand into your energy field, into your auric field outside of your body, allowing that essence of nourishment and healing to expand throughout your auric field and expand into your room. As you ground yourself, you ground your room, you ground your home into Mother Earth, receiving the blessing of her essence into your being and outward into your home. Allow yourself to be in this presence and slowly relax just a little more, allowing any remaining tension from your shoulders to fall upon the floor, allowing it to be transmuted and alchemized. Setting this intention of presence, I want to invite you to visualize yourself sitting on a beautiful park. You're sitting on the grass, and this park is open, and there's a beautiful, bright day. And at that time, you're by yourself, you're very peaceful. You can feel the gentle air against your skin, refreshing, feeling that beautiful caress against your skin. You can feel the wind rustling your hair. You can feel the warmth of the sun. And you are there, relaxed, connected with nature, connected with Mother Earth, grounded in your body, grounded in yourself. I want to invite you to feel the sensations of your body starting from the bottom of your feet, really trying to feel into every single toe, starting with your left foot and then moving to the right. Just try to feel into every single part of your feet, feeling the top and the sides, the bottom. Try to feel the sensation of the air if the skin is exposed, or the sensation of the cloth if your skin is covered. As you continue to travel upward towards your shins and your knees, your thighs, feeling every single part of your legs, continuing to feel your pelvis and your hips, your bottom, your lower belly, your lower back, feeling every single part of these areas. What sensations do you feel? Any pressure, temperature, sensation? Just feel every single part, observing, becoming aware of what is, of the fact of the sensation of your body. Continuing upward towards your upper back, your chest, your sides, your entire torso, feeling. Continuing to feel your shoulders and your arms and your hands, your fingers. Continuing to feel your neck, the back of your neck, your chin, your jaw, any remainder of clenching. Unclench your jaw, relaxing your tongue, feeling the wetness of your mouth, the warmth. Continuing to feel your cheeks and your cheekbones, your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead relaxes all the way to the top of your head. You're fully cocooned in this beautiful sensation cocoon. I want to invite you to try to feel your entire body. Notice the spatial awareness that you can feel when you are now connected, in tune with your body. Take a mental note of where you were before and where you are now. And give yourself permission to explore your emotional body right now. How are you feeling today? Where in the emotional scale are you existing? Maybe give yourself the opportunity to give a color to your emotion right now. Where in the rainbow do you exist emotionally at this time? Give yourself permission to give yourself different colors. Maybe you have an array of emotions, or maybe just one. Give yourself permission to connect with those colors and acknowledge emotions are a safe space for us to exist. Our emotions are simply parts of ourself that are giving us energetic information of what is happening, what are we processing at this time. Giving ourselves permission to connect to our emotional body supports our day. It supports us. Knowing where we exist gives us the awareness, the understanding, and the patience, compassion for ourselves, and also extend that to others. As you explore your emotional body, I want to invite you to explore your mental body. Is your mind at peace? Is it racing? What are your thoughts? Are you having repetitive thoughts? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you trying to figure out your daily tasks? Whatever that is for you, that's okay. Take a mental note. You are the observer, and your mind is going to mind. Your mind is going to think. We're not here to control it, we're here to observe it and to help us unhook ourselves from the stories that the mind creates. Notice the connection between your emotional body and your mental body. And notice if there's any sensations in your body that show up. As you connect with your emotional body and your mental body, notice how your body reacts. All of these three are connected. Just take mental notes, observing what's happening, as if you were your own experiment. You are the scientist, and your experience is your experiment. I want to invite you at this moment to give yourself permission to go back to the sensation of your breath. We're going to take 5 minutes of silence. During this 5 minutes, you're going to practice the practice of anapana, which is part of the practice of Vipassana meditation. With the practice of anapana, you will be connecting to your breath. As you connect with your breath, you will notice the sensation of your breath as it goes in and out of your nostrils. You will allow yourself to feel not only your nostrils, but also the area in between the top of your lip and your nose, as well as the top of your lip. At this time, I invite you to breathe a little harder through your nose a few times to activate the sensation of your breath. When you feel you have noticed the sensation, you can go back to your regular breath and just notice the sensation. Try to not notice as subtle as sensations as you can. And as you do this, allow yourself to be the observer. If your mind wanders, you allow yourself to go back to your breath. Your breath is your anchor, is your tool to help you connect with your grounding. Let your breath be your grounding tool, your anchor. You can take a couple of more harder breaths through your nose, in and out through your nose, just to activate that sensation, that awareness. Notice the temperature changing. Notice the area that it's being touched by your breath. And when you feel ready, you can go back to your regular breath. We are now going to enter the 5 minute of silence. And at this time, I want to invite you to make sure that you use this tool. If you need to go back to the harder breath, you can do so to help you reactivate that sensation. If you feel like your mind wanders, that's okay. There's nothing to fret about. Just allow yourself to go back to your breath, acknowledge, accept, and be in equanimity. Do not get caught up in the story. Remember, awareness, acceptance, and equanimity. We want to accept what's happening because we are simply the observer. Awareness, acceptance, and equanimity. This is what you will practice for the next 5 minutes of silence. Awareness, acceptance, and equanimity. Awareness, acceptance, and equanimity. The 5 minutes are starting now. Acceptance, awareness, and equanimity. Acceptance, awareness, and equanimity. Remember to go back to your breath. If your mind wanders, that's okay. acceptance, awareness, and equanimity. The 5 minutes of silence have ended. I want to invite you to come back into the space. Become aware of your surroundings. We're going to come back slowly. Just notice how you felt during these 5 minutes. Take a mental note. Start stretching your fingers, your toes, stretching yourself. And when you feel ready, you may open your eyes, feeling ready to start your day, refreshed and open and peaceful. Welcome back. Welcome back to this space. How did you feel after that meditation? Let me know in the comments. Are these meditations helping you? Let me know in the comments how these meditations are helping you out. I'd love to hear how these are transforming your day, especially if you're practicing this meditation every day with me. Whether you're watching this now or on the replay, please let me know in the comments, and so that we can so that I know if it's supporting you. All right, so we are going to do readings today. We're going to be today is Mars day because it's Tuesday, and so we are going to be kind of focusing a little bit more on Mars energy, because we're still dealing with Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde doesn't end until the 23rd of this month, which is also bringing a lot of things. I kind of wanted to mention a couple of things here from the interwebs, what Mars is about. And the reason why I'm sharing this today, because today we are in an energy that's all about action and desire. Okay. Mars can help us motivate to work and heart and fight for what we want. It's also a way of us to connect to a sense of assertiveness, right? How we express ourselves and assert ourselves is also part of our sexual energy. So Mars can connect us with that desire, and how we like to connect to our sexual desires and what we're attracted to. That is all Mars, as well as our anger, how we express our anger and respond to anger or frustration. That's all about Mars. So one of the things that I kind of wanted to mention here, in regards to how to work with Mars energy based on the interwebs here. I just searched this on Google, so I'm just sharing this with you because I thought it was really nice to share. Engaging in physical activity today would be very helpful, because it transforms the energy. It kind of focuses it in a constructive way. Steering clear, setting clear, achievable goals for today. That would be a really positive way to use that drive of Mars. And also, excuse me, developing healthy resolution conflicts, which that is the theme of Mars, right? And especially Mars retrograde. The energy did shift a little bit when Mars shifted to Cancer. It wasn't as intense as it was when it was in Leo, but it's still there. So, especially when it comes down to your home front, because Cancer is all about the home, then you want to really pay attention to how is that energy of Mars showing up in your home. And today we're going to be focusing on the sun signs, and specifically with that energy of Mars retrograde. We're going to ask Spirit, what is going on here? What can we look at, or what we can expect, right, for each sign? So we're going to start first with the cards. The we're going to start first with Aries, sun sign of Aries. Okay. And we're going to do sun sign readings for Aries, with the intention of checking what do we need to pay attention this last leg of Mars retrograde. What do we need to pay attention to? And so we're going to start. I'm going to use my Spirit of Psilocybin Oracle deck. As y'all know, I use this deck as well as tarot to kind of bring some messages forth. So we're going to go ahead and start with the beautiful sign of Aries. So in regards to Mars retrograde and how to find motivation and tackle life's battles for Aries sun signs. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Give me the minor arcana that accompanies this card to support Aries sun signs with where their motivation lies and how to tackle life's battles at this time. Thank you. Give me a major arcana for Aries. Thank you, Spirit. Aries, we have the card of the inner child, the Queen of Cups, right side up, and we have the card of Strength, right side up for you. And as I look at this, the first thing that's coming up is this is a time for you to pay attention to your inner child. Some of the upheaval or energetic Mars retrograde experience that you're having at this time, which is all about activating conflict in the home, has to do with your inner child. So, this is a time for you to connect with compassion for yourself, to bring warmth and kindness, to connect to your intuition, to feel into what your inner child is asking for. This is also an opportunity for you to connect to healing your inner child, maybe even seek counseling or support, even psychotherapy, if that's something that you're open to. And just remember that your inner child just wants you to connect to your sense of bravery, to your confidence, your compassion, to your inner power. It wants you to be courageously yourself. You want to make sure that you embrace your emotional intelligence and compassion at this time. This is a time for you to look at that. So, the shadows that are rising up for you right now, especially today and this week, are related to your inner child. So, take action in regards to tackling these issues that are arising and looking within, looking at what you need to do for yourself so that you can find a better way to move into conflict resolution in your life. Specifically, this is showing up in the realm of your home, and there's some things there that are sort of triggering you, that are not supporting you at this time. So just know that that's your inner child asking for support. So pay attention to that, dear Aries. Okay, moving on. Spirit for Taurus, we are setting the intention to connect with Taurus sun signs and to support them with Mars retrograde. Anything that has to do with their motivation, where their motivation lies, what do they need to do to tackle life's battles? What do they need to know? Thank you. Beautiful Taurus. We have the Emperor upside down. We have spirit animals, as well as the Four of Wands right side up. Right now, we are being guided to tell you here that you may have been in this place of being feeling a little stubborn, and you've been lacking a little bit of discipline in your experience at this time. So you want to make sure that you rely on your friends, family, supporters, protectors, those who are part of your circle, that are the people that celebrate you, that love you, that support you in all ways possible, so that you can soften the energy. Maybe try to look at the mirror and ask, where am I being stubborn? Where am I not giving myself opportunity to be a little bit more flexible? Let them give you that information so that you can connect to that and start shifting the energy into a more open and soft and flexible place. You are being guided to also bring a little bit more discipline in your routine as well, taking action with discipline, and to let go of any domineering ways. Any rigidity is something that you want to let go at this time. This is the opportunity for you to really get to start bringing more softness and gentle, compassionate energy, especially when it comes down around your home and the way that you are leading your home front. This is again Mars retrograde in Cancer. We're still in that energy. This is where you want to, what you want to really tackle at this time. This is the invitation for you. You want to really bring that sense of belonging. That's really what you're trying to do in your home. But it's time for you to really look at the mirror and maybe ask, again, like I was saying, ask your loved ones, where am I being a little rigid? Where can I be more flexible here? And see what the response is from your loved ones. Okay, be prepared for that. Be prepared to receive that feedback. That's going to be very helpful and soften the energy and support you and your family. Okay. All right, moving on to the Geminis. Gemini, spirit, in regards to Mars retrograde, the motivations, as well as how to tackle life's battles for Geminis. What's the message for them? Thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, in the home front, dear Gemini, we are on Mars retrograde in Cancer, so we're kind of focusing on that, and we want to make sure that we focus on the home front first, and we'll see what else comes up. We have the Light Medicine card, as well as the Lovers upside down and the Knight of Swords. And with this, we have the Light Medicine coming through. How can you lean into the joy of life at this time, dear Gemini? There's been a little bit of this harmony and imbalance, maybe some conflict, or maybe feeling detached in the home. Part of it because of some bad decisions, some bad choices, maybe a lack of focus when it comes on to decision making in the home front. And part of it has to do with the fact that you've been kind of disconnected from your joy at this time. So you want to really start moving into being a little bit more focused and assertive in the things that you want. Don't be so ambivalent at this time. This is the time for you to be focused in the things that you want to do, right? And to speak them up, of course, in a very caring and loving way. Remember, connect to your joy, connect to the Light Medicine, but you want to really be assertive at this time. Now, you want to let go of the perfectionism. Not everything's going to be perfect in the home front. Not everything's going to go exactly like you desire in the home front, but that's part of being flexible, right? That's part of being able to create a space that is welcoming for everyone. You want to make sure that you give yourself permission to be precise in the way that you speak, in the way that you express, and also be precise in the things that bring you joy. Maybe just, you may have an array of things that you want to do. Focus on one thing, bring that in, interact with it, and allow yourself to express that out into your home front. Okay. So again, compassionate communication at this time is the most important thing. Connecting to what brings you joy first so that you can bring that compassion into your home front is the most important aspect of your day or your week at this time. Okay, I want to invite you to choose love and harmony this week. Choose love and harmony. Think about any time there's something that's not harmonious happening. I choose love and harmony. I choose love and harmony, and just continue to say that affirmation for yourself, and then again, move away from any discordance. Move away, walk away, recharge yourself, and just go back and just say, okay, let's talk about this in a way that brings how can we bring joy into this conversation, right? You can even open that conversation in that way. How can we bring joy into this conversation? Let's bring joy into this conversation, and then moving into a place of opening your hearts together. Okay. All right, beautiful Gemini, good luck with that. Now we have our beautiful Cancers. Cancer, we are in Mars retrograde in Cancer. It's going to end Mars retrograde on the 23rd of this month, but we're still in that energy, so we wanted to focus on that. So let's see, what messages do we have for Cancer, Spirit? Okay, thank you. What messages do we have for Cancer, for Mars retrograde in Cancer, and to support them in their life's battles? How can they tackle life's battles at this time? What actions do they need to take at this time? Okay, we have the Fool upside down, the Knight of Pentacles upside down, and we have the card of Rainbow for you, dear Cancer. So with Mars on retrograde, this in Cancer, we're kind of like this part of the home front, right? It's all about the home. And so there's been a lot of workaholic energy in regards to your experience at home. Like there's been a lot of work, 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 and not a lot of play. There's been a little bit of lack of initiative or feeling like there's irresponsible decisions that are being made in the home, or making risky there's like risky behavior, even risky investments that have been related to the home front. And all of this has been really hard on you because all of this reckless behavior and carelessness that you've been experiencing has been creating sort of like a feeling like things are not moving forward. But one thing that I want to mention here is that you are receiving the card of the rainbow, which what that tells me is that right now you want to start connecting to the essence of hope, knowing that things are going to this is a storm that's passing and it's not going to stick around for long. And remember, we're also dealing with the fact that we have that planetary shift that's happening. Mars will no longer be retrograde in Cancer on the 23rd. So just know that this is again temporary. I know that it's been like about a month of this, but just know that all of this will shift and things will get back into a place of caring, a place of excitement, into a place it'll turn around into more of a fun experience for you and your family. You know, you want to do the opposite of what's been happening right now, really bringing or encouraging practical and reliable ways to support each other. You want to potentially bring a little bit more commitment, be patient, also invite more conservative ways of maybe spending money, or speaking to each other, not being so risky in the way that we want to like express, but specifically around your home front, definitely around money and how you spend money. You want to start doing the opposite, right? And so one thing that you want to really focus on this week moving forward, is to stay focused and determined to achieving your goals together as a family. So you want to make sure that you kind of sit down and say, hey, you know what, let's talk about our goals. This hasn't been working out for us. Let's go ahead and think about ways to bring forth some structure so that we can get into a place of joy when it comes down to our spending, when it comes down to the things that we're any activities that we're planning. Let's talk about what's good for everyone, what's good for all of us together. And I'm telling you, once you start doing the opposite and you don't just let all of this reckless behavior just take over and just get overwhelmed, just kind of put your foot down and put that sort of like lay out the structure, that's gonna shift things around for you. Okay. All right, moving on. We got Leos, beautiful Leos. So spirit, in regards to Leos sun signs, we are in Mars retrograde and we want to know, what do we need to do to support them, how to tackle lives battles at this time in their home front. Thank you, spirit. Okay, we have two cards for you, Leo. We're going to honor them both. As you know, I always honor the cards that come through. Thank you, spirit. Show me, what do we need to do here? Thank you. All right, beautiful Leo. We have the card of mold and honoring. Card of mold and honoring for you, as well as the card of Six of Pentacles right side up and the Hangman right side up. Okay. Okay, so in regards to the this cards, Leo, we have in the home front when it comes down to your what do you need to take action on, or what do you need to do to support your home front. I see here that there's been a lot of sacrifice, a lot of waiting, maybe some uncertainty, lack of direction or perspective, or there's been maybe contemplation of things not necessarily being as good. There's been a lack of care in the home front. There's been also some external influences. There may be some unhealthy behaviors, or even just health issues, health, like physical health related issues, that have brought a lot of that energy of sacrifice and having to just things stalling for you in the home front. So you are being guided at this time to, first of all, honor this path, honor that this is all happening for you and is happening for a reason, to honor this experience as part of your story, part of your experience at this time. And then just know that at this time you will receive a lot of support from your community. So any material help that has been that you've been in need at this time because of being sick or having unhealthy experiences, physical, whether it is physical or mental, and all of this sacrifice, you don't have to do this all on your own. I'm seeing here that you definitely want to make sure that you lean into community and receive with gratitude. Sometimes we tend to step away from receiving because we're afraid of being judged, or maybe we just feel like we don't want to just take from other people because we want to be the ones giving. But just remember that at this time is important that you connect with the sense of openness and receptivity. You don't have to do this all on your own, and it's okay to ask for support if you're struggling at this time. So I want to invite you to really give yourself permission to open yourself up to help, and support yourself and support your community by being someone who's open to receive help. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for you, dear Leo. Virgo. All right, dear Virgos. Let's see. Okay. So what is the message that we have here for sun reading of sun sign reading for Virgo? Where is the motivation? Where can they tackle lives at this time? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Give me what is the major arcana for them. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. All right, dear Virgo, we have the card of Cura, which is the card of healing. We also have the card of Ace of Wands upside down and the card of the Devil upside down for you. Okay. When I see this card, you are being invited to heal certain aspects of your home front that have to do with finding independence and freedom. You are being invited to reclaim your power, to reclaim control of your life, of your home front, to rediscover what you're capable of doing at this time. You have been dealing with certain blocks, lack of passion at this time. You may be dealing with lack of energy. You may be dealing with maybe hesitant energy, maybe feeling like resistance to change at this time. And this is part of your journey of moving towards healing. So you want to move, you want to definitely tackle this. And know that certain delays that you might have experienced when it comes down um, to certain aspects not pulling through for your family, just know that this is just temporary, and you just want to allow yourself to heal, to retreat, to focus on yourself, focus on making sure that things are well in the home front, focusing on releasing again, and giving yourself permission to be independent from the energy that everyone is bringing into the table. Focus on yourself at this time. The more you do that, the easier it'll become for everyone else in your home front, because then that lack of energy or that feeling of resistance will kind of go away, and they'll be inspired by you because you're taking action, you're releasing, you're reclaiming your power. And that in itself, you'll be in that embodiment, on that invitation of taking action, and then other people will be inspired to do so as you're doing it yourself. So just keep in mind that just because your environment doesn't support that, you're sort of like, you're being called to be the light in your environment at this time. You're being called to turn on your light so that you can be the guiding force in your home front. Okay. All right, moving on. Libras. We got Libra. For Libra sun sign, we have Mars retrograde, and we want to know what is their motivation, and what do they need to tackle for their lives battles for Libras. For Mars retrograde, we have Mars in Cancer, and in the home front, you are being invited to the card of justice, curandera, and the Four of Pentacles, okay, upside down. Dear Libra, with Mars in retrograde in Cancer, we are talking about the home front here. And you are being invited to recognize that you have been bringing a lot of balance. You've been wanting to bring accountability in the home front for people. You've been very honest and wanting to bring integrity in your home front. You are also someone who is wanting to practice more generosity. You're giving, spending, you're open. You're also feeling like you have been overspending and in this financial insecurity due to certain reckless spending or not so good decisions when it comes down to money. Now, just know that at this time you're being invited to connect to your inner healer, to bring the empowerment back to yourself, to know that you're able to go back into balance, to bring things back into a state of integrity, to recognize that now that you have seen the results of this behavior of not thinking about the future or not thinking about how your spending is at this time, at this very moment, is going to affect you in the future. Now you're kind of bringing yourself back into that awareness of, I need to take action into saving my money, right? Like that's what I feel for you, dear Libra. So what I see here for you is that you are being invited to be honest with yourself. Where is it that you're having, where is your relationship with money right now, especially when it comes down to the home front and how you're handling um your your expenses in the home front, okay? And then see truly where you have been a little reckless with the spending and how you can kind of pull back and be able to bring things back into balance. But right now I feel like there's a lot of accountability energy in your being, and even in the home front when it comes down to just accountability in general in running things in the home. That's something that's available for you right now, and it's going to bring a lot of shift and positive change into a more harmonious and well run home. Okay. Scorpio. What do we need to know about Scorpio for? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Spirit. What actions do we need to take here for Scorpio? Show me, Spirit. Thank you. me focused for sun signs in retrograde, Mars retrograde. Thank you. Dear Scorpio, you have the world upside down, the Eight of Swords upside down, and the card of the Sun. Dear Scorpio, you are being invited to remember your self-worth and be who you are unapologetically at this time. When it comes down to your home front, you may have had certain, you may be experiencing emptiness at this time when it comes down to the home front, and you may be dealing with some lack of closure or feeling like you haven't achieved what you needed to achieve, or feeling incomplete in certain aspects of your experience when it comes down to your home and family. And at this time, you are being invited to walk away from the perspective that your worth comes from your home front. Your worth is beyond that. And so you want to remember your self-worth at this time and release any fears, right? Take this time to take control back of your home, of your life. Face your fears, feel empowered, surrender to what's happening at this time, surrender to the moment. Just know that you are so divinely guided and everything is happening for you now. But this is also an opportunity for you to start coming back to your your sense of empowerment. This is the time for you to come back to your sense of empowerment, to your sense of freedom, of being who you are, and not feeling like because something wasn't done in the way, or it didn't look like you thought it would look like, that your life is a mess. Like don't let your worth, put your eggs on one basket. Don't let your worth be placed on the experiences that you're having in your home. Remember that you're not the only one playing in a role there, right? Like there's many people playing a role. So just remember that your worth is beyond what other people are and do and don't do, right? You don't have control over that. And so yeah, so I just want to invite you to really connect to your solar plexus today. Maybe do a couple of breath of fire exercises for yourself. And as you're doing that, really connect to that sense of empowerment today. Really wear red or wear orange today to kind of connect with that sense of empowerment today. Okay. All right, moving on. Sagittarius. For Mars retrograde spirit, what do we need to share? What do they need to take action on? What do they need to know about their motivations and how they can tackle their life's battles? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, there's two. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, you have the card of the High Priestess, the card of the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. We also have the card of Grandfather Air. So my gosh, are we stoking the fire with this? So a lot of fire energy, which is perfect for today because where's Mars energy? In the home front, we are dealing with Mars retrograde right now, and Mars is in Cancer. And so let's go ahead and talk about what's happening here in the home front. You are dealing with conflict, arguments at home. There's tension. There's a lot of ego clashing at this time. You've been feeling this like duty bound, stressed, feeling like you have obligations and burnout and struggles, and you're just feeling tired at this time. And you are being guided right now to really connect to your throat chakra, connect to that communication, to grandfather air, okay? And intuitively speak your truth, okay? Your intuition is very, very high at this time. And you know at this time that there is a voice that wants to come out. This inner voice wants to speak up. It wants to speak up the truth and the wisdom that's behind all of the years of experience and all of the experiences that you've had, and also to share all of the parts of you that feel burned out. To share this openly in your home front is important right now, because guess what? That's going to ignite some change. This is fire energy. This is fire energy and air energy coming together, meaning you're stoking the fire so that you can make some changes, and you're using fire to connect to those changes. When we use fire in a way that is controlled, we can make really good changes. You can really make things happen. We don't have to burn the house down, but we can use the fire to cook a meal. And so what I mean by that is that you can take something and transform it into something else while you're using the fire. And then with your voice, right, you blow into that fire, you make that fire stronger so that shifts can happen. It's time for you to really connect to your wisdom that's been there telling you this entire time to speak up and to start saying your truth so that you can really ignite change in your home front. Okay, you got this. You got this, dear Sagittarius. All right. Moving on. Capricorn Sun. We have Mars Retrograde. All right. Thank you. Where the motivation lies for you and how you can tackle life struggles. Knight of Cups, Temperance, and Grandfather Fire for you. Your Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn, we have Grandfather Fire, we have the Knight of Cups and Temperance for you. Okay. And what we see here in regards to your home front is that you're being invited to definitely take action in your home front when it comes down to moving into away from or shifting any disappointments and this part of you that's avoiding conflict. You're really being guided to calmly bring forward certain things or situations that are bothering you right now, and do this from a place of patience, a place of balance, a place of serenity. You first want to connect with your serenity. You've had this fire burning inside for a while, so there may be certain feelings of wanting to explode, but you want to make sure that you bring a little bit of temperance to yourself, and then take this time to shift all those energies that have been bringing turmoil and conflict. Because of the fact that you've been avoiding conflict because you want to keep peace in the home, you have been burning inside. And so this is not helping you. It's not helping you in any way. So you want to make sure that you take the time to look for ways to speak. You may be feeling like you need to walk on eggshells because you don't know how the other person is going to react. And so if that's the case, you want to really take a moment to figure out, okay, is this how I want to continue to live in my home? Like, I should be able to feel safe in this space, right? And so trying to keep the peace all the time is not always helpful, right? Because then there's this constant disappointment that you're dealing with, and in turn there's a lot of emotional expression that gets stored in yourself that you're not able to emote, right? And so it's important that you feel safe enough to do so. So be sure to kindly speak up your truth. Do not give yourself the disappointment again, and bring up the things that are really bothering you, and stop trying to be afraid of conflict. Conflict is good, and conflict resolution is possible when we bring harmony and patience into the conversation. Conflict doesn't necessarily have to mean that we have to explode or be mean to each other, it can actually be a friction, right, that can bring upon change. And however that changes for you, for your highest good. So don't be afraid. Okay. Aquarius. Aquarius sun signs. What's the message that we have here for Aquarius for Mars retrograde? All right, so Aquarius for Mars retrograde in Cancer, we have the spores, we have the Knight of Cups upside down, and we have the Hermit upside down. You are being invited to start over, okay? To give yourself permission to bring yourself back your to your beginnings, right? You may be dealing with a empty home or empty nest. You may be feeling a little bit reclusive and not wanting to be very social. You're being invited to bring yourself back into connection with community, connection with others, connection with your family. You may be dealing with some anxiety around opening yourself up or being connected with others at this time. You've been dealing with repressed emotions, or dealing with, um, yeah, repressed emotions and anxiety. You've been feeling a little cold when it comes down to the home front. And so it's important that you really give yourself a reset. Give yourself a reset button at this time and try to start over and bring more life into your home, bring more conversation into your home, bring more, even bring people over, bring friends, bring other family members. Try to activate that energy of movement in your home. It's gonna really help you kind of restart the energy so that you don't continue to be in this energy of isolation and loneliness at this time. You may be dealing with a sense of rejection from experiences in the past. Hence, the reason why you've been in this place of loneliness or feeling just like that you need to be on your own because of past rejection. Just know that this is not the case moving forward. You want to really open yourself up to, again, hitting that restart button, and bringing more life into your home, bringing more connection, more interaction. Okay. Okay, moving on. We got Pisces. Pisces for Mars retrograde. Pisces sun sign. What do we have here for Pisces? Okay. All right, so we have for Pisces Sun, for Mars retrograde, we have the Wheel of Fortune upside down. We have the Six of Swords, as well as the Inner Adolescent and Reciprocity card. Here, I see that your inner adolescent has been activated, meaning that there's certain things that have happened in your past, as you were an adolescent. So think about when you were about 13 to 17 years old. Certain aspects of your inner adolescent have been triggered at this time that are in need to be addressed. Part of it has to do because of certain parts of you that have been dealing with not being able to control certain situations, or trying to cling to control so that you can feel safe. There's unwelcome changes or sudden changes that have triggered this part of your experience, right, that are still hurting. So these are past experiences that are still in need to be addressed for you. And again, you want to think about those time frames and how this certain situation in your home right now is activating that. And it may be happening at a subconscious level and you're just reacting, but just I want to invite you to really take the time to reflect on when you were between 13 and 17 years old. When was the last time you experienced something similar, and how is this affecting you, and how you can move into seeking support and counseling around that? Okay. um, Part of the reason why is because there's a lack of reciprocity. So you need to balance your relationships. It seems that you have had situations where your relationships were not balanced, and this is something that deeply triggers you, and it's part of the inner adolescent that needs to be addressed. But beyond that, you also want to look at all other experiences that you've had that are also kind of bringing in that that feeling as like you can't control the situation, right? Or feeling um luck is not on your side. You are also invited to move on from all of these experiences. You just know you don't have to repeat these patterns. You don't have to repeat these experiences. You want to accept the lessons that these have brought for you, and try to distance yourself from them, right? Like distance yourself from them by healing them, by by acknowledging them, by accepting them, and then saying, okay, now it's time for me to move on from this. This is I have learned my lesson. Now I am grateful for this. And you can even speak up to the universe, say, I am grateful for these lessons. I acknowledge them right now. I'm bringing conscious awareness to them. Now please, let's move on, so that you can actually speak to your subconscious and your unconscious and say, hey, I'm done. I caught you. I'm done with this. Now we're moving on. And so that is what I have for you, dear Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and that let me know in the comments, everyone, how did this connect with you. And yeah, so that's what I have for the day today. Thank you for being here. I want to invite you to share and like this video. If you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the fam. If this is your first time, I'm so grateful for you. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to connect with all of you the next time, and connect with the meditations. So I love you all, and namaste. Have a wonderful Tuesday.